So, you've beaten the Radiance, mapped out every last corner of Deepnest, and maybe even memorized every lore tablet you've come across. You think you know everything there is to know about Hallownest? Well, today we're digging up 10 secrets so well hidden, they're guaranteed to make you see this masterpiece in a whole new light. Let's see how many of these you actually knew. For years, we've all been exploring Teen Cherry's incredible world, and it can feel like every secret has been found. But Hallownest's memory is long, and its secrets are buried deep. We're going past the obvious stuff to show you 10 things that have slipped by even the most hardcore fans. Get ready to see Hallownest in a way you never have before. Number 10. The Sign Fixing Bug. Let's kick things off with a bug that almost nobody has ever seen, mostly because you have to be a bit of a vandal to find him. We all know that when you smash a signpost in Hallownest, it's magically fixed the next time you visit the room. Well, that's not just a handy game mechanic. It's actually the work of a little phantom craftsman named Menderbug. Menderbug is an incredibly elusive creature whose only job is to repair the signs you keep breaking. He has a tiny 2% chance of spawning at the Forgotten Crossroads entrance, but only after you've smashed the sign there and re-entered the area. If you do see him, he won't stick around for long. He immediately tries to fly away. Most players will go through the entire game without a glimpse, and even fewer will manage to defeat him. But if you're quick enough to hit him with a spell before he vanishes, you unlock a truly tragic secret. A previously locked house near Sly's shop will open up. Inside, you'll find Menderbug's diary. It's filled with cheerful entries about his love for fixing things, completely unaware of the violent end that allowed you to read it. It's a dark little reminder that even the most innocent bugs in Hallownest have their own stories. Number 9. The Language of the Fungi. The fungal wastes are full of bizarre creatures and lore tablets that seem completely indecipherable. All the babbling from the mushroom folks and the glowing glyphs just seem like atmospheric flavor text, right? But what if I told you that you could understand it all? By equipping the Spore Shroom charm, you don't just get a defensive spore cloud when you heal, you get a translator. With this charm on, the cryptic mushroom lore tablets scattered throughout the wastes suddenly become readable. This mechanic goes even deeper with the strange character, Mr. Mushroom. Without the charm, his philosophical monologues are just gibberish. But with it, you can understand his dialogue, which is required to complete his secret questline and unlock the Passing of the Age achievement, along with its special post-credits scene. It's a brilliant bit of game design that rewards observant players with a whole layer of hidden lore that was right under their noses the entire time. Number 8. The Cowardly Mantis Lords. The Mantis Lords are easily one of the most honorable and respected boss fights in the game. When you walk into their throne room, they judge you from their seats. If you challenge them, you engage in a spectacular duel, and after you win, their entire tribe bows to you for the rest of the game, a huge sign of respect. But there's a secret interaction here that reveals a slightly less honorable side. If you enter their throne room but decide not to challenge them, and instead try to just sneak past them into Deepnest, they will silently hit a switch and shut the gate on you. No fight, no words, just a denial. It's a tiny detail, but it says so much. They are more than willing to grant you passage if you face them in a fair fight. But if you try to ignore their authority and just walk on by, they'll shut you down without a second thought. They aren't just gatekeepers. They are arbiters of honor. That later show of respect isn't just given, it's earned by meeting them head-on. Number 7. The Tragic Survivor of the City. Hidden in a forgotten corner of the City of Tears is a perpetually cackling bug named Eternal Emilicia. She sits alone on a pile of treasure, laughing about how she outlived all her rich friends. She claims to be happy, but her manic energy hints at a deep-seated madness born from loneliness and survivor's guilt. There's a specific line of dialogue most players miss that connects her to the heart of Hallownest tragedy. If you visit her after you've acquired the King's brand, her tone completely changes. For just a moment, her laughter stops, and she mistakes you for the Pale King, asking if he has finally returned. She quickly catches herself, but that little slip says it all. This implies Emilicia wasn't just some random noble, she was likely part of the Pale King's inner circle and knew him personally. Her survival wasn't luck, it was a curse. She was left to watch her kingdom fall and her friends go mad, a lonely sentinel forever waiting for a king who would never come back. Number 6. The dark truth of the Dream Nail. The Dream Nail is a powerful tool that lets you read minds and gather essence. When you use it on the ghosts of Hallownest, you absorb them and gain one essence. The seer frames this as helping these lost spirits find peace. But what if the reality is far more sinister? Think about it. Many ghosts, especially the warrior dreams, actively fight back. They don't see your dream nail as a peaceful passage, but as an attack. When you defeat them, their final words are of resignation, not release. Markov, for instance, says, "You are the darkness. Come to consume me." The most damning piece of evidence, though, comes from Cloth's ghost. If she dies helping you fight the traitor lord, her spirit appears back in Dirtmouth. If you leave her alone, she'll eventually vanish on her own, having found peace. However, if you dream nail her, you absorb her for one measly point of essence, trapping her spirit inside the nail and preventing her from moving on. You're not a liberator, you're a collector. And possibly a prison. Speaking of collecting, if you're enjoying this deep dive into Hallownest's secrets, take a second to hit that subscribe button. We're always digging for more hidden lore and fascinating facts, and you won't want to miss what we find next. Now, back to the list. Number 5. The Heresy of Lifeblood. Lifeblood is a pretty weird substance in Hallownest. The temporary blue health it gives you is useful, but its use was considered taboo, even heretical. Why would a simple health boost be so forbidden? The answer is hidden deep in the abyss, in a secret room that only opens if you have 15 or more lifeblood masks. Inside is a strange, dreamlike area where you find the lifeblood core charm. Looming in the background is a massive, mysterious creature, often called the Abyss Creature by fans. This place is unique. It has the shimmer of a dream, but if you die here, you leave a shade behind unlike any other dream in the game. This suggests lifeblood is a power that connects the dream and waking worlds in a very different way from the Radiance or the Void. The lore implies this creature is another higher being, a god of lifeblood that stood in opposition to the Pale King. Those who followed it were branded heretics. So, using lifeblood wasn't just a gameplay mechanic, it was a political and religious act of rebellion against Hallownest's king. Number 4. The Fate of the Nailsmith. After you finally get the pure nail, the Nailsmith makes one last request: to be struck down by the perfect weapon he just created. Most players reluctantly do it, seeing it as the only way to finish his quest. But there's a hidden, much happier ending for him. If you just refuse his request and leave the workshop, you can find him again later in a pretty unexpected place. Nailmaster Sheo's hut in Greenpath. Sheo, the master of the Great Slash, has given up fighting to become an artist. And when you walk in, you'll find the Nailsmith right there with him. Denied his perfect death, the Nailsmith found a new purpose in life, not as a smith, but as a partner to the artist. There's no achievement or reward for this, just the quiet satisfaction of knowing you spared a life and let two bugs find a bit of happiness together. It's a beautiful, hidden moment that rewards compassion over completion, offering a rare bit of warmth in Hallownest's melancholy world. Number 3. The Hidden Room of a Hidden Room. The lore of the Weavers, the spider tribe connected to Hornet, is some of the most mysterious in the game. Their home, Weaver's Den, is already a secret area in Deepnest. Inside, you find the Weaver Song charm and figure that's all there is to it. But the secret doesn't stop there. Instead of just grabbing the charm and leaving, head to the left of where you found it and hit the wall. You'll find another breakable wall, completely unmarked and incredibly easy to miss. Breaking it reveals a hidden chamber. Inside this secret room is a lore tablet that tells more of the Weaver's story. It speaks of their departure from Hallownest and their lingering regret. It's a final, mournful piece of their history that adds another layer to Deepnest and Hornet's own lineage. The room also contains a strange, unique glyph whose purpose is unknown, but it has fueled countless fan theories about the world outside of Hallownest. Number 2. The King's Private Dirge. The White Palace is a memory of the Pale King's home, and it's a brutal platforming challenge full of lore. At the very end, you reach the throne room and find the king's lifeless body. Most players knock the corpse off the throne, grab their half of the king's soul charm, and get out of there. But if you have a little patience, something special happens. After you knock the body aside, hop up onto the empty throne yourself, and just wait. After a few seconds of silence, a haunting, sad song will begin to play. It's a somber version of the Royal Hollow Knight theme, playing only for the king in his empty throne room. This isn't a quest. It's pure atmosphere. By taking the king's seat, you trigger one final, mournful echo of the past. It's a lament for his fallen kingdom and his failed plan. A secret concert for an audience of one. Number 1. The False Knight's Living Mace. Our final fact takes us all the way back to the very first boss, the False Knight. You beat the maggot, piloting the armor, grab your city crest, and move on. But if you happen to stick around after the fight, you'll see something bizarre. The mace that the False Knight was using will suddenly start to twitch and crawl away. It turns out, the head of the mace is a separate, living bug. You can even hit it with your nail and watch it roll across the arena before it scurries off screen. If you're quick enough to strike the escaping mace bug with the dream nail, you get a single shocking line of dialogue. Free, at last. Suddenly, that whole fight feels different, doesn't it? The False Knight wasn't just a maggot in armor. It was a duo. The mace was an enslaved bug, forced to be a weapon. Your victory wasn't just about beating a tough enemy. It was about liberating a creature, a secret hidden in plain sight from the very beginning of your journey. And that's our list. 10 facts that prove Hallownest's secrets are nearly as deep as the abyss itself. From the sad story of a humble sign fixer to the hidden language of mushrooms, these details show just how much love Team Cherry poured into this world. Even after hundreds of hours, there's always something new to find. So, be honest. How many of these did you already know? And what are your favorite obscure Hollow Knight facts that we missed? Let me know down in the comments, I'd love to read them. If you enjoyed this trip into the hidden corners of Hallownest, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more explorations of gaming's greatest secrets. Thanks for watching.